Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Typhoons TV number 18. Come on in, have a seat, subscribe, comment, comment, subscribe, comment, subscribe, comment, subscribe, like. Make sure you like. Come on and rock with me. This Typhoon here. Look, all I ask is I give recommendations here. You can easily say one or two things. One Typhoon, you know what? I like that, man. I like that. I like that. I put it in my toolbox, man. I appreciate it. Or you can simply say, hey, Typhoon, man. Hey, man, you an idiot, man. There's no way I'm doing anything like that, my friend. There's two ways to look at it. So come on in, subscribe, comment, have a seat with me. Come on. Typhoons TV 18. Um, Google, use your search engine. Google or Bing, the fantasy typhoon. Hit engine. Hit enter on your search engine. Hit enter. It's my footprint on the industry. That's how you follow me on Twitter. That's how you get at me if you got questions. Oh, questions for the mailbag. The fantasy typhoon at hotmail.com. All one, come on. The fantasy typhoon at hotmail.com. If you like to shoot me an email. Now, going forward, what we coming into? Week 12? Man. No, week 11. No, week 12. It's almost that time, folks. Hold on, where are we? Yeah, week 12. It's here. Starts tonight. Oh, let me give you the time date stamp. It's 12:50 p.m. November 21st, 2019. I don't know how I'm going to do it next week. We got Thanksgiving next week. I might try to get one in early. I might not see me next week. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Play it by ear. But thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for following me. And thank you. I appreciate everything. I see you out there. And I just want to take some time just to say thank you before next week, because I'll probably do it again for Thanksgiving. Everything you're thankful for. So, as we do in the show now, we like to give you a good quote, good, strong, confidence, encouragement. No matter what record your team is, we like to give you a good quote to keep you to keep your to keep you engaged and locked in. Even though you might be losing, whether you win, it doesn't matter. We just want to keep you locked in and with the game that you love and moving forward. Victory is sweetest when you've known defeat. Malcolm S. Forbes. Victory is sweetest when you've known defeat. Like last year, if you got defeated in a championship, victory is sweetest. Victory will be sweeter this season. Let's go get it. Let's lock and load. It's the draft. It's diligent waiver wire. It's season management, and get you to the playoffs. Luck. You need luck in the playoffs. More than any kind of strategic move. You know what I'm saying? You need luck. Playoffs are luck. So you just need to get there. Whether you're hanging on by a thread coming in as the 6th seed, 8th seed, or the 4th seed, or the lowest seed in your settings. Keeper dynasty, auction, redraft, it don't matter. As long as you get to the dance, you get a ticket punch to the dance. That's all you want. Because victory is sweetest when you've known defeat. That's Malcolm S. Forbes. Now, I know y'all heard all kinds of stuff, all kinds of takes from every kind of angle on Miles Jack. On Miles Garrett and on Colin Kaepernick. So you've heard every take under the sun 3 ways till Sunday. So I won't inject anything on those. But I will say something about Kaepernick because, like I said, I do have real NFL scouts. And I reached out to one. We had a conversation. We were talking about some things, talking about the draft class coming up. And he was out on the road. And I just asked him, Kaepernick came up. And he was like, yeah, I hadn't had a chance to watch the video yet, but when I do, I'll give you a shout and let you know, just give you some thoughts on it. Nothing to do with any of his attire or what happened with the waiver or anything. We're just talking about Colin Kaepernick's workout in general, the one he did in the public. Now, Scott was telling me he's nitpicking because he's a scout. He's just telling me, hey, from here to the waist, from the neck to the waist, he's straight. It's good arm more. He has an elongated throwing motion. It's a little bit too elongated, but it's not like Tim Tebow is what he was saying. I'm just telling you what he was telling me. Just reporting what a real NFL scout said about his workout. Because, when we looking at it, we like, oh, man, he's throwing it. Oh, man, he's throwing it. Looking good, Cap. But to him, everything from the neck to the waist was good. Throws a nice sharp ball, leap speed on the ball, nice velocity. It came out nice, but he said, hey, his throwing motion, when you have 4 seconds to throw the ball, but he was like, hey, he's been that way forever. So that's who he is. So we don't need to try to change that. He went to the Super Bowl with it, so that's not a knock. So he was like, anything from the neck down to the waist is fine. Arm strength, everything. He's good. Now, he said from the neck up, as far as him being able to read defenses, being able to read coverages, being able to get his new team in and out of the right play, audible at the line, he said he doesn't know. We just got to see that. Now, what he said, where the complications come in with Kaepernick from a scout, just on the workout only, was from the torso, from the torso down, from the neck. He doesn't know from the head to the neck, which is cerebral, from the neck to the midsection to the waist. It's fine. From the waist to the ground, that's the problem. He said that's what an inconsistency. If you picked him up now, you put him out there week 12, it would be inconsistent. Not for the simple fact that he hadn't played, just for the simple fact that his drops are inconsistent, depth of each drop. He also said when he fakes the handoff, he nitpicked. He also said when he fakes the handoff, he doesn't go high enough. It's too low. It won't sail, but we can fix that. Also said when he's doing his drops, he's on his tippy toes. Said he would like to see him a little bit more flat-footed, like to see the cleats and to get a little bit more traction, which is giving more comfort on his drop backs. Also said when he does get to his when he does take a 5-step drop, which he was doing, he was taking 3, 5, and 7-step drops. And when he does take a 5-step drop or a 3-step or a 7-step drop, he was on his tippy toes and he danced too much before he threw the ball. He said he was too high when he was throwing the ball. It was like when he was coming out of his stance, he would wait, get high, and then throw the ball instead of coming in his stance, throwing it all in one motion. He said that's all mechanics. He said he was surprised to see some of that for the simple fact that he's had 3 years off. So he was saying his synopsis was he's been training on his own. Instead of training, it's a difference. Instead of training with a legit quarterback coach helping him evolve, he's just going out kind of like you and I. Like I come out, I'm doing a workout, throwing into one of you guys. That's what Cap's been doing. It's just he's been working out, he's been throwing, keeping his arm in motion, but he's not working on his footwork. He's not bettering himself to be a consistent quarterback. That's why his deep throws, but accuracy was off because he was throwing off his tippy toes. He wasn't throwing from the right angles, and he was throwing from a high stance instead of throwing from a. He went all in, man. He went all in, and he said everything Cap needs to do now is he needs to get a real, some kind of quarterback coach to get his footwork. So while he's out of the league, if he really wants to get back in the league, he doesn't have to come in and go through. I mean, like let's just say if he was on a team being a backup, he would be getting the care to his footwork on, when he does scout team and this and that and taking first team reps or second team reps during practice. He would be getting the attention that he needs. Being out of the league, he's not getting that backup type. Like Teddy Bridgewater right now is getting full concentration on his cerebral, on his midsection, and on his lower body mechanics. He's getting full work over. He said that's what Cap really needs to. He needs to go get in the film room with the quarterback. Put on the 3D headset. Learn some coverages. Acclimate himself back into the game a little bit more, so it won't just be throwing the ball. So also got another update on Cap. He's planning to work out in March at the owners' meetings. When the GMs and the owners all come to meet, he's trying to plan a workout during that time. So while all 32 teams are together in March, if he doesn't get a call by then, that's his second course of action to get himself acclimated back into the league. All right, so that's enough on Cap. All right, let's move on to what's next. Look, now I'll just go through a little rapid fire here. This is stuff I'm like, I kind of got away from my main platform that brought me where, that got me success was Down with the King. I gave a lot of nuggets with Down with the King. And, somebody, they were real with me. They were like, hey, Typhoon, I like your Typhoons TV, but the format you did with Down with the King, man, you gave a whole lot more knowledge and a whole lot more nuggets. In other words, he said he benefited from Down with the King shows, which was my podcast. I just did podcasts only, and I transferred Down with the King over to Typhoons TV, which is what you're getting now. But I kind of changed the format now that you can see me. Down with the King was just a podcast only. You couldn't see me, so I know I felt a little bit more comfortable. I could kind of give it to you. So now that you can see me, I kind of changed my format a little bit, and evidently I lost some steam of what you guys come here for. So I'll just go through some things right quick, because I used to go through what caught my eye. After looking at the games, doing my research and my feedback, checking in with some of my folks, keeping my ear to the league, I was giving you information that really helped you dominate. So I apologize. I didn't know. I can take criticism if you're right. If you hit me if you come to me professionally with criticism and you're right, hey man, I'm not a pro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it right too. I make mistakes, so I have no problem getting better. That's how you get better, is from feedback. Now, so I just go into a rapid fire right quick. Just some things that kind of jumped out to me. Even when the Browns win, they lose. Browns won the game, but with all the melee and everything that happened with the fight with Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett, I mean, who's talking about the win? We still talking about is the suspension still going to be held up? They haven't beaten Pittsburgh since 2014, since that last time. So, just a little nugget I just want to throw out there to you. Browns are so Browns. Even when they win, they lose. Was the thing. Two organizations. You have two types of organizations. You have teams with quarterback and teams that are looking for a quarterback. And that's kind of what the NFL is kind of like. You draw a line down in the NFL. You can put teams on one side that are looking for a quarterback, and you put teams on the other side that have a quarterback. That's how you break down the league. That's how you kind of find what players you really want for your fantasy team coming from this 2020 draft. Look at the quarterback. Excuse me. Look at the quarterback. Kind of look at the franchise to help you break those ties, because a lot of players are going to come out in this draft that are going to be pretty much the same. Always when you got players the same, that tiebreaker come with the team that already has the good quarterback. Now, is it time now to just go ahead and give Jameis Winston a clipboard? Look, man, just it's been 5 years of this, bro. Please go sit down, take some time off, get some rest, hold the clipboard. You might learn a little something that way. Jameis is just throwing. He is just a turnover machine. But for some reason, they are still in the game. Now, you can also look at it two ways. You can look at it like this. You can look at a glass half full. If Tampa Bay had any kind of semblance of a defense, he wouldn't be asked to do so much, which would reduce the attempts, the throwing attempts, which in return would reduce the turnovers. So it's kind of like, give him a defense, just let him turn around and hand it off, let him be more of a game manager, reduces the risk. Could be. Or since the defense is no good, the glass is empty, since the defense is no good, they're playing from behind, they need him to throw so many attempts, therefore you have so many turnovers, because in the NFL, when you throw a lot, you're going to turn the ball over. I don't care who you are. Tom Brady is going to turn the ball over if he's got to come back and throw, 30, 40, 50 times a game. That's just the nature of the beast. So you can kind of look at it two ways, Me, I'm picking up Falcons defense. Look like they got a new revival there. He moved the wide receiver coach, Dan Quinn, the head coach of Atlanta, moved when they came out of bye, week before last, when they played the Saints, he moved the wide receivers coach to the secondaries coach. They balling. They picking everything off. They jumped all over Drew Brees. He couldn't score. Picking him off, sacking him. Then, the game after that, what they just played last week against Kyle Allen, I told you about that. They're going to keep Cam. Cam should be in Carolina next year. He's a low cost. He's a low cost quarterback. Now, with that being said, I'm picking up the Falcons DST and running Falcons DST everywhere I can this week. Now, full disclosure, I got to tell you what I did. Like I said, I don't know if I told you last TV, but, I'm in a competitive league in my Dynasty 48 league, and I'm trying to win. Here's what I did. I'll tell you what I did. I traded my Royce Freeman for Pittsburgh Steelers defense and a third. I did it. And I know something kept saying, you listen to your voice inside sometimes. It's telling me, wait, a defense is going to show up. Just be patient. I just went ahead and did the deal. Got Pittsburgh. They play Cincinnati this week. And boom, now Atlanta Falcons are on the wire. I could have picked them up, and ran them this week. But, I'm trying to win, man. I'm competitive. I don't mind losing to get wins. Because if you look at Pittsburgh's schedule the rest of this season, that defense is primed to help you get a ring. And I want every little advantage that I can. And I saw Pittsburgh defense as an advantage. And I'll keep them next year, too. I see Pittsburgh defense outscoring Royce Freeman from here on in anyway. But we'll see. Brian Hill. I know. I told you I'm not going to sit here and I didn't take credit for it last week. Because he got to play. You got to see what he looks like. Just because you picked him up a week early, and then for some reason you got lucky, DeVante Freeman did go down, Brian Hill got his anticipated return or got his shot. He went to bed, man. I started him. I ain't even gonna lie. I started him. I ate all that. I was like, but I broke a rule. I broke a recommendation. When I add somebody new to my team, unless they have to play, I have to give you a 1 week trial before I can play you. Like this week, I picked up Jonathan Williams, Colts. I can't play him this week. I'm going back to my rule. I can if I want to, if I really needed him. Like, let's say if I picked him up and I didn't have any other options, everything was on bye or everything was hurt, or I just have to pick between him and another player on the Colts or something like that. Then play him. Like I said, there are always a circumstance that you can overcome the rule. Just know the rule is there when you make the decision. That's all it's for. It's like a guideline to keep you all right. All right, you're going to start Brian Hill, Typhoon. You know the rule. The rule is don't start him over guys that's already been on the roster that you're used to, that you've seen production from. Don't get cute, pick up somebody off the wire just because they got a good matchup and all this and that. You haven't played them before. Don't trot them out there before players that's already on your roster. I did it, but I knew what I was doing. I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and throw him out there. He should get the bulk of the carries. He's going to get more upside than all the other players on my roster. And boom, he went to bed, and that's my fault. I can't get like some folks do. Go on Twitter or go on social media and go at Brian Hill. You suck and all this and that. That was my fault for putting him in. I should have done by my rule, but I knew I was breaking the rule. I knew I was in the gray area. So that's how you take responsibility. I've been getting a lot of questions about Jay Ajayi. Look, Jay Ajayi is an emergency break glass asset this year. They did a strange thing to his contract where Eagles have first right of refusal. So let's say if Ajayi will be a free agent next year, so during the offseason he's free to sign any way he wants to go, but the Eagles have first right of refusal. So if he goes to the Giants offer him $4 million a year. Before he can sign with the Giants, Philadelphia has a right to either beat that by $1 or so, or either match that deal, or he's free to go. So, in other words, that's what type of relationship he's in with the Eagles front office going forward. Now, why is he there? That's the question you always need to answer yourself. Is he there for the production that Sproles left? Because Sproles is on IR now, and he's not coming back. Or is Howard really hurt more than what we anticipate? Me, myself, I think, like I was telling you the other podcast, I think Jay Ajayi is there more for support for Howard, Jordan Howard. So we'll see. Deshaun Watson, dude, you got to run. Deshaun Watson, you have got to run. You got to run. You got to pull the ball down and run. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. You don't have to sit back there 10 seconds and bounce around and then take a fumble. Dude, if there's nothing, you back there and you're looking and there's nothing there. Folks are not going to call you a running back. Use your legs to your advantage. Russell Wilson, Dak, of course, Lamar Jackson. if it's nothing there and you are looking. Now, the problem comes when the ball is hiked and you look, and just run. That's a problem. But when the ball, or if it's a delayed run, like now Lamar Jackson is doing delayed runs. They are runs. They are called runs in the playbook. He just holds the ball long enough to get an alley to run. Kind of like hand it off to the running back like Le'Veon Bell, and he's patient, waiting for the hole. He's doing this, looking downfield, playing it off, holding the safeties, looking for the hole to run. It's a called run, in other words. So don't get it twisted. Now, but Deshaun Watson, don't let me see you take a 10-second sack no more and a fumble. Hold the ball. It's not there, man. Take off, go get 5 yards and slide. It's okay to run. We're not going to eat you up for running. I know you don't want to be called that. I know you want to be a pocket passer. You want to be a Tom Brady and a Peyton Manning. I get it. But at the end of the day, when the opportunity presents itself to get yards for your team, you got to run. Moving on. As a Cowboys fan, enough's enough. Enough is enough is enough is enough. Dak, come to my office. What you want? Pay him. Pay Dak. Let's get Dak paid now. Let's get Dak paid. Let's get that cloud from over our organization. Let's get that decision out the way. Pay Dak now before we have to keep paying him more. We are in a bidding war with ourselves as a Cowboys fan. The only person we are in a bidding war with is the Cowboys. The longer we wait, the expensive it gets. If we would have went ahead and signed him this time last year, before all those other deals came in, we could have got Dak coming in at about 29, maybe 30. We could have got Dak for about 29, 30. Now it's unheard of because inflation has kicked in. He's rising up. Every day we don't pay Zach, every day we don't pay Dak, his price went up. Pay Dak. Let's get that done. Let's get that out of the way. Now, if I had to choose a tight end who not only gets red zone targets, but gets open for the red zone targets, I got to say Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry is in a prime position. You know, Phillip Rivers is declining. Hunter Henry is a prime tight end. If he can stay healthy, he's a good option down the stretch. Because it doesn't matter who he's playing. He's going to get open in the end zone. And he's going to be utilizing. He's getting a red zone target minimum. One minimum a game. So take a look at Hunter Henry. Cleveland. Is Kareem Hunt the missing piece? They've 2-0 once Kareem Hunt came back. I say yes. Here's why. When David Njoku got hurt, they tried to use Ricky Seals-Jones and Demetrius Harris as fill-ins. And what Baker has been missing is that safety valve. When he's looking downfield, everything is ate up. He's looking for that nice little place just to dump the ball off. He can't really trust, even though Chubb, I know Chubb can do it. You know Chubb can do it. The Cleveland Browns don't use Chubb that way. They don't see that in Chubb. They've labeled Chubb more as an AB gap runner only. They've labeled Kareem Hunt as the pass catching back. So that's already done. Don't matter what we think. Who cares what we think now? The Cleveland Browns have told you what they think. So we have to adjust our vision to what they do. That's how this is done. It's not what we say and then hoping Cleveland transform into what we want. It's looking at Cleveland, what they do and how they do it. All right, they're telling us what they're doing. Now I have to adjust. We're the ones adjusting. We don't set anything. They're the thermostat. You know, we're the weather inside the thermostat. We got to change. When the thermostat changed to 80, we gotta come up. When the thermostat comes down, we gotta come down. The Cleveland Browns are the one. Freddie Kitchens is the one on the thermostat. So you got to be aware of that. So with that being said, um, Kareem Hunt now becomes the asset. I love Chubb, but as you can see during the Pittsburgh game, Baker Mayfield was back there running for his life. What did he do? He threw it to Kareem Hunt, even though he was covered by the linebacker, fully covered. The ball went right over the linebacker's shoulder, right into Hunt. Hunt caught it, kept his feet in bounds, and it was a first down. And then they went on to score a touchdown. It was third. About third down and 6. Hunt caught it for about 8 yards, got the first down, and they went on to get a touchdown. Now, if Hunt wasn't there, that would have been an incompletion, and they would have been punting. So it was a big difference of what Hunt brings to that offense. Yes, Kareem Hunt is the piece that's been missing for the Cleveland Browns. He should give you his floor should be 10 points a game in PPR. All right, here's something that keeping my nose to the ground, and this is what happened with the Jets. Not this past weekend when they beat Washington, but the weekend before. The week before the last game, Sam Darnold went into Adam Gase's office. Said, "Hey man, look, this playbook. I don't like this playbook. I don't like what's happening here. Look, let me tell you what I like. Let me give you some plays that I like. And this is what we're getting ready to run. Here's what source tells me that Adam Gase's response was. Wow, what took you so long? So in other words, what took you so long to man up? I've been sitting here waiting on you to man up, to come in here, take control of this offense, take control of this team. Now let's go win some games, 2-0. After Sam Darnold came in the office and demanded new plays that he's comfortable with. He wants to run more plays that he's comfortable with. Now, what that means to you is the tight end. You see he's comfortable with the tight end, which is Ryan Griffin. He's eating. Now, Ryan Griffin is subbing for Chris Hendon. You see where I'm going. Dynasty. Chris Hendon is out on IR for the rest of the season. So when it comes back next year, who's going to be the starting tight end? Hendon. Hendon now is on IR. So your league mate probably looking at him like, oh, shoot, I can't use him. Buy low. Perfect buy low window. Because when we come back to camp, we get a healthy Hendon. Sam Darnold still is going to come into next season relying on his tight end. You already got him ready to rock and roll. So just a little tidbit I'm going to throw out there on that. Mohamed Sanu just came out. Been reported Mohamed Sanu is set to miss multiple weeks. Look, reports are coming out that Tom Brady wants AB back bad. He's made it known to Kraft. He's made it known to Belichick. He wants AB back in that building for the simple fact AB does what his arm can do. AB fits what Tom Brady is capable of doing well at this point in his career. Tom knows it. Tom knows it. Tom wants AB. Now, go a little further. They said that Tom is the one that told AB to issue the apology to Kraft. Because he's in there lobbying to get him back on the team. Then news comes out, AB is countersuing Brittany or whatever, Rachel, whatever the chick name is, that bringing the charges upon him. So with that being said, could AB be cleared Friday? Tomorrow? During the news cycle, could it come down that AB is free of all charges, free to sign to any team he wants? Because that's what's missing. That's what's missing from AB's scenario is that, okay, let's say if AB was on the Raiders, right? And got suspended. Let's say he did, he attacked the accuser, attacked the children and all this and that, like he did. And they had to put him on the NFL I list. He was on the team, but he couldn't play, right? Until it cleared up. The team, the owner would be constantly, Goodell, clear my man. Goodell, get this investigation over. I need him on. In other words, he would have somebody, not somebody, he would have an owner in his corner on the phone with Goodell, bugging him, clear him. Whatever you're going to do it. Get this investigation over. I need him on the field. Hurry. In other words, he would have an owner voice in his corner. Now, could they clear it up? Now, Kraft is in his corner. Hey, I'm just reporting it. This my peeps told me. I'm bringing it to you. It's from a reliable person. So, hey, it is what it is. You say, hey, Typhoon, you crazy, man. He ain't going back to the Patriots. Then forget it. But you could be like, Typhoon, hey, you know what? You might be on to something here. It ain't me. This ain't coming from me. Now, with that being said, if Kraft is now let's say if Kraft and AB and Drew Rosenhaus, which is Antonio Brown's agent, have something, have some kind of verbal agreement, could Kraft be on the phone with Goodell? Hurry, man. That's what AB, because if AB, as long as AB is unsigned, the NFL can take as long as they want to make a conclusion on his case. They don't have to do anything. Man, you don't have a team, whatever. Just sit there and wait till we finish. But now that Kraft, let's just hypothetically, Kraft wants to get him back for the Patriots to get Tom happy. This could be Tom's last rodeo. Let's get him what he wants. This is last time. He's been good to us. All right, Tom. He talked junk to me on Twitter, on social media. He called me this, he called me that. All right, for you, it's your last rodeo. You brought so many Super Bowls in the building. All right, I'll do it for you. I'll bring AB back for you. I don't know. I'm just saying. Man, look, let's move on. I lost this week in my Dynasty League, man. I got ate up. This is one of the worst scores I think I've ever scored. I've had Deshaun Watson, 5. I had Zeke out there. He put up about 25, which was good. Brian Hill, 5. Tyreek Hill, 0. Marquise Brown, 5. Pittsburgh defense, -1. Darren Waller gave me 12. Who else have run out there? Amari Cooper, 5. Man, I got beat up this week. I mean, this past week, week 11, good gracious. So, and like I said, in my Dynasty League, we play 2 games each week. So I lost 4 games the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I lost 2 games. Excuse me. I had one bad week. So I lost 2 games. So hopefully Watson can bounce back to, is it tonight? Yeah, tonight. Hopefully Watson can bounce back tonight. But, so what I learned from that, to pass along, why am I telling you this, is what you're saying. Well, why are you telling me? Well, I'm telling you this. Every year, it happens to your team. Every year your team, the concoction of players that you have, the way you have it constructed, is already set to fail. One week is just gonna fail. And then one week all of it is just gonna hit. I had my week all of it hit. Will Fuller like 40. Tyler Boyd, 30. Amari Cooper was like 35. Watson was like 37. Zeke was like 29. Tevin Coleman was like 39. I mean, all of them hit. So I scored the highest in the league. Now, with that being said, you know the lowest in the league is coming. So don't, in other words, I'm telling you this so you don't get depressed and don't start making trades or knee-jerk reaction to it. It happens to everybody. You have a strong week, which is your strongest, and then you have your low week, which is your lowest. What I'm saying is, I'm glad I got my low week in before the playoffs because it was coming. It was due. So now I've served my time for my low week. Now I can move on. So hopefully my team continues to keep me at that 140, around that 140, 150. You know, like I told you, in each league, you know there's a median number that your league needs, that your team needs to hit consistently. You know, all players contribute. Sometimes your quarterback might give 20% of the score. Sometimes he might come in and give you 10, but then the other players have to have a good week. It's a team. That's how you know who to trade. You don't just trade to trade. You're trading a piece of the wheel that's not working. That's how you get better. I said that back in Typhoons TV. I forgot what number that was. It's in the description. Everything I say is in the description. Right now, I got a deal on the table. Marquise Brown, T.J. Hawkinson. I'm giving up Marquise Brown. I'm giving up T.J. Hawkinson for Juju. So let's see how that works. It's in the box now. He saw it and he was like, he didn't reject it. He saw it and he was like, Typhoon, give me a minute, I'll get back to you. So he probably listened to my stuff and he's probably already making moves. That's how I do. A trade is in my inbox. I send it back. Okay, I see it. Give me can I have a couple of hours just to look it over and research it? But what I'm really doing, I'm trying to make other deals off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if the deal was reversed, the guy was sending me Marquise Brown and T.J. Hawkinson. I'm already talking to my other 11 league mates. I'm talking to my other 10 league mates like, hey, what you think of T.J. Hawkinson? What would you give me for it? Let's just say, hypothetically, I ended up with T.J. Hawkinson. Could I get da-da-da for him, or could I get this and that? I'm shopping T.J. Hawkinson while he's in my inbox. Dude might say, you know what, I like T.J. Hawkinson. I always wanted him on my team, but that dude wouldn't trade him. I give you a one and such. Which would help motivate me to do the Juju deal. I'm thinking deals after the deal. That's how I do it. But sometimes it's just a simple deal. You need to just take the deal and just do it, and don't set up any after moves. Sometimes you need the after moves. But you know, it is what it is. Just trying to help you give recommendations here. But yeah, so you're gonna have your best year. You're gonna have your best week, and you're gonna have your lowest week. I already had my best week, so that won't happen during the playoffs. I already had my worst week, so hopefully that won't circle back around in my playoffs. Now, two more things and I'll get out. Now, I didn't put this through my 32 point process or anything. This is just a hypothetical. This is just something I'm just throwing out there. Could be real, it could be not. I don't know. I'm just giving it to you. All right, Miami Dolphins. All right. Let's look at it this way. Minka Fitzpatrick got out the building. Went to Pittsburgh balling. 5 interceptions. sacks, return for touchdown. Dudes just made a whole difference to everything on Pittsburgh defense got better and worked better ever since he stepped into the building. He stepped out of Miami into Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh got better. All right. Kenyon Drake gets out of Miami's building. As soon as he touched down, he didn't even get a chance to really digest the playbook. Came in that Thursday night against San Francisco, one of the toughest defenses, and put on a show. He got out of Miami. Minka Fitzpatrick got out of Miami, balled out. Kenyon Drake got out of Miami, balled out. Ryan Tannehill got out of Miami. Right now, he's on a win streak, taking over the starting QB job for the Tennessee Titans. Still have them in playoff hopes. Still has hopes to win the division. Okay, in Miami, once he left Miami, got a hold to Tennessee, balling. Made everybody around him better. Minka Fitzpatrick got out the building, balling. Made everybody better. Kenyon Drake got out the building, balling. Put David Johnson on the bench. All right, which leads me to DeVante Parker. He's leaving the building. I don't have nothing to back that up but that. He's first round pick. That's all I got. Minka did it. Drake did it. Tannehill did it. DeVante Parker. Looking at doing a recap on the 2017 running draft class. Killing it. Just think. Cook. Fournette. Dalvin Cook came out. Leonard Fournette came out. Christian McCaffrey came out. And Alvin Kamara came out. Oh, and Aaron Jones and Marlon Mack. 2017. And that was the year everybody was saying, hey, it was a meh. Man, it was meh. It was all right. But everybody hyping, I'm telling you, it's always a good draft. Always. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, this year's such a huge draft. No, it was just a huge draft last year. It was a huge draft last before that. It was a huge draft last before that. It's a huge draft after that. And it's going to be a huge draft after that. And a huge draft after that. 2017, Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Marlon Mack, and Aaron Jones. All right, folks, Google or Bing, Fantasy Typhoon. Hit enter, subscribe, comment. The Fantasy Typhoon at hotmail.com. If you want to get at me with mailbag questions or anything, that's how you contact me. Don't just win, dominate!